All right, welcome back, everyone. Here with A&H Sports. I'm Eddie.
I'm Anthony Sui. Today we're here with a guest.
My name is Tom.
And today we'll be discussing Ronaldo out of Europe. No, I'm kidding.
We'll be discussing Ronaldo's transfer to al-Nassr.
Long way from Europe.
I was in shock because they were already doing the talks even when he left, the World Cup ended. I don't think it was going to happen. I think not just him, but for a lot of good players, they're always like, oh, they're going to go to the MLS, or they're going to go to China, or they're going to go here, or they're going to go here. But you never believe it. You're just like, they're just trying to distract us from where he's really going. And then today, when I saw that it signed, I was like, oh, shoot, he actually left.
I honestly had the same reaction. Like I was hoping it to be a rumor because I want Ronaldo to stay in Europe. But I mean, I kind of get it though, it's one last big payday that he's gonna get, so might as well.
For me personally, I thought he was never gonna go to Saudi Arabia. And
MLS at least.
literally, the transfer window hasn't even started. It's not even January 1st yet, and he already signed for this team. I think that's kind of a rush, in my opinion, especially because he has like about a month in January to assess his options, but he already decided.
Talking about Ronaldo's
Mhm.
transfer, it's a paycheck. If he deserves it, he does. He has done everything. I wouldn't expect that move to happen that soon because I think he could still play maybe even at least one more year in Europe competitively.
I would agree with that as well, just because of how fit he is. And even at that age, he doesn't get that many injuries compared to other guys. So I think he could have stayed at top level for like another year at least. This was his decision. So, I mean, maybe he didn't have any other options.
I hope he knows what he's doing.
There was the controversy of saying, I think Ronaldo kind of like Pele, one thing they had in similar, which is not bad, is they both believe that they're the best. They'll do anything to stay the best. There was some controversy saying that him going to Asia, that he might score more goals, and that way he gets away from Messi catching up in the record, since Messi's still playing in Europe. It doesn't matter which way you look at it, it's still a good strategy. Because Pele forever kept going saying I scored almost 1,300 goals.
Yeah, I think his goal total is like 1280 or something crazy. You know how they always said Pele scores against in plumbers or like random people or like Sunday Baker or
Plumbers.
something, and they just count them all. I
Yeah.
feel like they'll say that about Ronaldo too, and they'll probably say that he's just stat padding at this.
Yeah, and I think that kind of happened. We saw that when Iniesta and Xavi left, right? They
Mm.
left to like teams over there in the other side of the world, and they look like Messi playing over there. They were scoring goals.
And
I mean,
Ronaldo's gonna rack in goals over there.
at this point, can they sign me? I'll go.
Man, they're paying Ronaldo like 75 million per season over there. It's gonna be wild. And
He's
then
asking for 1 mil.
75 mil, that's not including like sponsors and
mhm,
advertisements and
that's
all
just
that
his
stuff.
salary. Yeah.
Again, I don't think it was the best move, especially he wanted to keep fighting to be at top level. And I think this is gonna hurt his career more than do good in regards to being regarded as not as being regarded one of the greats, but to be in that discussion. Because like you said, people are gonna see this as like, oh, he's now done, it's just like retirement season or whatever it is. But
Yeah.
who knows, we don't know what happened throughout after that interview. If he even had a chance to go to any other team or what was the rush.
Mhm.
But hopefully he's there for like maybe half a season and then switches to another team back. I don't know.
That's true.
Oh
Might
man.
might change his mind. Who knows?
They're giving him a really big contract. Do you guys think they'll just let him go like that? I don't know. It's gonna be tough for sure, but
They might pull a PSG like with Mbappe, chain him down and stuff.
I hope that is the case. Like if he can go back to like sporting or something, like anywhere, man, like anywhere in Europe,
I
to play
mean,
Champions League again, that'd be great. But
even Valencia, Atletico, any of those teams, he'll still be rocking
exactly.
goals. Now, United, he could have been great at United, but United just didn't have players that supported the whole team or that give a lot of assists or passes. Because even at Juventus, look, at Juventus, Juventus wasn't too great when he was there, but people were playing and they were passing him goals and he would score. At United, it was like almost everyone for themselves. Like you cover your area. And I think he
Yeah.
just needs to find a team like that support. I mean, think of Messi in Argentina this past World Cup.
Mhm.
Messi is not the same as when he was young. He could still jug, but not with the same speed. But what made him look even way better was so his teammates in Argentina supporting him and supporting each other to make the team look good.
Definitely, especially with Alvarez scoring all those bangers, and even Di Maria. Oh my gosh, Di Maria,
Yeah.
Messi's freaking right-hand man right there.
He supported both Messi and Ronaldo. Ronaldo at Madrid.
Also, DePaul, Messi's left-hand man, bodyguard.
Cristiano would have been a perfect fit for Barca or Atletico.
I want to talk more on Barca. You know how you guys said Lewandowski isn't good with penalties and stuff? That's why you bring in Ronaldo. And also,
No, you mean Bernardo.
When it comes to penalties, you just have to be there to score them. Those are just as important as scoring a super crazy high kick goal. It doesn't matter how many times people make fun of penalties.
It's a goal. Like, I don't know why people even complain about that. A goal is a goal, and you need goals to win. Like, that's the whole point of the games.
If they would miss it, you would judge them. If he scores, you're judging.
penalties may look easy, but they're not always easy. Hey, look how many people miss their penalties in the World Cup.
Freaking
Yeah.
Japan, they could have come through.
Oh my gosh, don't even get me started on Japan. They don't know how to take them. It was so bad. Looks like they haven't practiced penalties this whole tournament.
But going back to the topic, I just would have wished he would have stayed another year in Europe. Didn't matter what team, despite he would gonna be getting paid less. I think other countries in particular, not just the MLS, but China, Saudi Arabia, those countries that have money now and are developing football, they'll pay any price for any superstar to come to their league just to promote it. And Cristiano already gave that team even more than half of the followers they had just by joining them.
I read today that their followers amount doubled after
Exactly.
they posted his signing.
This to me just felt like a marketing stunt because that was where he wanted to go.
You guys know how he was training at Madrid? I thought they were going to sign him. They were saying, no, we're not going to sign him. We don't want him. I thought that was a cover up, but down low, they were like writing up the contracts and stuff.
Which brings me back to what I was going to say about this is it doesn't feel like a proper, not farewell, because it's not a farewell, but like a proper league to retire or to go show how great he is. Especially the way he left with United, kind of like how when Messi left Barca. Even when he left Madrid, he just said it after a Champions League game. It wasn't like they had all the fans to like say goodbye to him and like prepare an exhibition match or anything like that. Well, because of the player he is and how he's one of the greats in history, it didn't feel like good the way he left Madrid and United and even Juventus to have left better, like a farewell from the fans or the club or something.
Since we're on this topic, I'm so pissed off, guys. United ruined him. United ruined so many players. They ruined Depay, Di Maria.
To go back to what you were saying about him leaving, I totally agree with what you're saying, especially starting with Madrid when he left. It seems very abrupt. It wasn't planned even. He just left and like you said, there was no farewell for the fans, no reception. Not like the old players like Zidane or Beckham when they left final game. And people know for Ronaldo, he just left. Doesn't feel right, like as great as he is, I think he deserves a better send-off.
Yeah, and kind of like what Anthony said, it is, to me, that's pissed me off. And not like in a better way to criticize him, but more in a way I was like, because I was watching him since he was playing at young age, we know how great he is. Yeah. And to me, it just feels like they deserve a better farewell. When Messi left Barca, there was a lot of players. Oh, I was shocked with this, or Messi this, Messi that. But not even one Manchester United players has said anything about it. I was like, oh, I feel sad that he left, or congratulations on signing over there. Just that, it's just him.
Yeah, it's almost like they don't even want to talk about him anymore. They just want to just move on, get out of here type thing. And I think that's pretty disrespectful considering what he did for United as a younger player, and even when he came back as an older player as well, scoring all those goals for them, and then for some reason getting benched the next season. But I mean, it is what it is at this point.
If there's anybody that deserves a send-off or a farewell, it's him, especially at United.
I was gonna say that, especially at United. You know what he did for them at his young age, and then coming back, and then not even his fault or the players, but the management.
And also Maguire.
United ruined Maguire because Maguire is a beast with England.
That just proves my point. United ruins everybody. One thing Barca did right, I really liked how they had a farewell for Messi and all the players were there.
Yeah, and they attempted it like a last minute, right? It still didn't feel like as it should have, but they at least, we appreciate that they tried. They did a press conference. And again, you know, Messi is my favorite player, but I also love Ronaldo, and it's kind of infuriating that there was like no farewell. And like I said in other videos is you cannot like one or the other and then hate the other, because they both deserve any money they're getting, anything they do in football, because they technically are football. You know, everything they do is no one has done.
Exactly. They just push each other, break more and more records. And yeah, I agree with what you said. The way he got set up at United is almost disgusting in a way. Because all they did was put out like a little paragraph about it, like, oh, we wish you farewell and good luck and all that stuff. They didn't give him a press conference, any coverage, nothing. Literally just like that's it, like a freaking tweet, and that's it. I was like, yo, are you kidding me? Like, come on.
And even since you're talking about the tweets or Instagram posts, I think that one that Ronaldo put out there also when he signed, it didn't sound like it was written from him. It sounded like someone just wrote it for him. He does have people who are in charge of his social media, so it makes sense. And that happens with a lot of celebrities. But that just didn't feel like it was him.
All they did was one tiny paragraph for him.
Yeah, exactly.
After
like
all he did for them, one tiny paragraph.
Bad blood between them.
Yeah, they hate each other now, I'm sure.
Taylor Swift.
Ronaldo's about to come out with a song.
United, they're divided. You can start rapping.
And Eddie, you always bring up good points about the players. Why did nobody say anything about Ronaldo leaving?
Right?
Those are his teammates, or they were his teammates, which just adds to what he said in the interview with Pierce, right? Saying, oh yeah, it's everyone. Or when he said, yeah, you could tell him an advice, but that thing goes out, or it goes through one ear to the other. It all starts with the management. If there's no good manager, no good management internally, the players are just not gonna feel like a team.
It's just disjointed all of the time.
Or they're a bunch of rats.
A bunch of the Kashis. Kashi 6'9".
Speaking about rats, Bruno Fernandes, you're from the same country, club and country. Where are you at to support in sending a farewell message or something? Just saying.
Dang.
That's what I understand, right? Is there is a favoritism towards Messi in the media compared to Ronaldo.
He's a good boy. Every father, every mother would like to have it at home. He's a kind man. He's really good. He's a good boy. That's why they make him so popular. Naturally, they always get a lot of votes. So he is this nice man. And he plays well and scores goals. The other one is something else. He's like the commander of the field of play. But this is,
you know, again, Messi is my favorite player. I also love Ronaldo, and I don't like it when they talk bad about the others. But what I notice in the media is they always portray Messi as like a more of a good guy, which he is. But Ronaldo is a good guy too, but they always portray him more as like a villain. Because of that, it tends to give him more enemies, if you want to call them enemies, or haters than supporters. Even though he's like the most followed on Instagram.
100%. Tom was telling me a comment earlier of this one person saying that the media helps portray Ronaldo in a good way. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
I mean, everywhere you go now, it's like, oh, the GOAT debate is over. Messi is GOAT, this, and this.
And I do see like maybe others could do it to Messi, but it's just extreme Ronaldo fans. It's not the media. You know, with Ronaldo is the Messi fans and the media.
Exactly, yeah. Like Ronaldo gets double whammy. Ronaldo only have his own fans to back him up, and that's really it.
Question of the day. Why can't more Messi fans be like you, Eddie?
A lot of the Messi fans that I know in real life that I talked to, they honestly didn't really care that the World Cup was kind of rigged, that Messi was playing volleyball, even though it was soccer. They're like, oh, Messi won, and we don't care. Like, he deserves it. Talking to Anthony about this the other day, we understand that he deserves it. I like Messi too. I want him to win it, but he can deserve it and also win it fairly.
I think we've been saying, at least in this channel, is overall we're football lovers. Part of the reason we fell in love with football is because of how competitive it is and all the great memories that players bring you. Let's say, for example, there was no Messi and one Ronaldo, or one Messi and no Ronaldo. It would be great to watch, but to me, it would be kind of boring. It would just be one person dominating everything. We could say, okay, he's the greatest, or this person might be the GOAT, but there's no one to challenge him. In every sport, there has to be someone else who is close to someone else's level to make it exciting and competitive, or to be excited to watch this game or that match. And if it wasn't for them being at the same era and at the same time, I don't feel they would have been the same excitement as we have been getting.
Just like in basketball, there's Curry versus LeBron.
Kobe, LeBron, then Kobe, rest in peace, and now Curry, LeBron, and then someone else will come after that.
In my opinion, maybe they wouldn't have been this great without each other. To me, they were only breaking records, doing all this crazy stuff because there is someone there. There's a rival there that they have to compete against, that they have to always play against, and have to always bring their best, like bring their all every time.
Ronaldo, they say, I'm the best. I want to be the best. There's nothing wrong with that. Messi doesn't clearly say it like that, but you see his interviews, he also said, I like to win. I don't like losing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's just a different approach, but it's the same thing.
They push each other, and you can see it throughout their whole career.
We really see how they both admire each other, that they both don't want to say, I love him or I love this person, but you could tell there's like some type of love there.
Mutual respect.
We noticed you've been talking a lot. Do you miss him? ¿Te extraña o no? Es la pregunta.
Sí, yo ya lo dije en su momento, era lindo
Llores
tenerlo.
mucho por Cristiano.
Era una rivalidad linda, sobre todo porque estaba en el Madrid también y bueno, ahora está en un gran equipo también y lo vemos de España.
Even Ronaldo, he said he wanted to have dinner with Messi one day.
We have a good relationship. We not had a dinner together yet, but
Really?
I hope in the future.
When that happens, we'll have footage or something. That'll be
Dude,
cool.
everyone will watch that just them having dinner.
You know what they should do? They should have dinner together and set up like a Twitch stream or like a live stream, bro.
Yeah, they should live
That'd be
stream.
crazy. And have like a donation goes to charity or something, bro.
Dude,
I
live
bet you
streaming
they
and
can
both
raise
of
so
their,
much money.
That will literally break the internet.
dude, live streaming on both of their social medias.
Remember when Louis Vuitton put them both in one picture? How many likes that got and how
Yep.
fast? Insane.
They just outdid each other there too. You know, Messi had this many, but Ronaldo had more. They could literally have one post and have the most viewed or liked post compared to other celebrities who actually been trying to get likes or views. Not everything is just sad how it happened or like disappointing. A day after Pelé passed away. To me, also really horrible management either on Ronaldo's team and the other team's team, Saudi Arabian team. Why would you announce this a day after Pelé just
I
passed?
see
That
what you're
management
saying.
could have hold it off.
Hold it off a little bit so it doesn't take away from Pele.
Horrible timing, I would
At
say.
least save it until next week, at least.
Anthony mentioned earlier, he could change his mind. Nah, I'm going
I
to
don't
Leicester
get
City.
why. The money is good, but man, you have like the whole month. And I'm pretty sure they're not just gonna take it back. Like they really want you. I don't know why. Like you can't take more time to.
They won't take it back. They'll wait for him.
Exactly.
That's the
Like they'll
thing.
wait for him for sure. Like they've been waiting for him since the World Cup. So I don't know why he couldn't just take like another month to think about it.
I thought he was gonna take a pay cut, maybe go back to his childhood team, Sporting.
The sad part about this is it just adds to the when people say they just care about money. At this point in his career, he's at a stage where he deserves anything they pay him, right? If there's someone who's going to get paid that much, he's one of them. He could have kept growing more competitively, staying even in Portugal, or even, let's say he went to Netherlands to play with Ajax or PSV. When Iniesta and Xavi went there to teams over there on that side of the world, it's because they were retired, and we knew they were retired. Ronaldo, we didn't get the feeling that he was retired. He, like I say, we said he didn't have that retirement moment. When
Right.
Xavi and Iniesta did got a retirement before they left.
It just felt weird, like you mentioned. On one hand, it doesn't feel at all like he's retiring, but now he's playing in Saudi Arabia, which is basically retiring. It's really weird to think about, I think, because you made a great point, Eddie. Like for Xavi and Iniesta and all the other older players, like like this is it. But for Ronaldo, you just have this feeling of he can do more. Like just one more year, like we mentioned earlier in Europe.
And it's easier to say for the others who left at a young age, right? Like Oscar and Hulk, or those people who left were just like, okay, they did it for the money, but they were young, right?
Yeah.
Or younger, which were
Yeah.
just like, okay, whatever. But Ronaldo is like, it's Ronaldo. Like you could
Yeah.
have not stayed at a more
That's
higher
so true.
team.
He had at least another season out of him.
Yeah.
Dude, Tottenham. Go to Tottenham and show Harry Kane how to kick penalties.
Go to any team.
Look at even Gareth Bale, man. Even Bale is in MLS and not Saudi Arabia. Think about that. I think Ronaldo could have easily do it, but he probably
He
prioritized the
should have gone
place.
to the other LA so he could
Yeah,
not be against
exactly.
them.
Exactly. Play with Chicharito.
Chicharito. It just feels like his retirement when he didn't get retired. I don't know, just weird.
Now I can't even imagine his last game in Saudi Arabia and retiring like that. It's not right. It's just not right.
Everything wasn't right. I really think United and him taking the interview with Pierce, even though we wanted to hear what he had to say, I think it did him more negative, but I think he knew that during the interview.
Yeah,
Because even going into the World Cup, he looked like I don't know, I just feel like he wasn't surrounded by the players. Think about that moment when he left the field at the World Cup, and and as a football fan watching this, we knew it's like, this is his last World Cup. Am I the only one feeling this way? That's his last World Cup? And only the Morocco players understood it, not even his Portugal teammates.
it almost felt like no one gave a shit. It felt
Argument
like
or
no one
feeling.
cares. Even like you said, even his own teammate. Like, what the hell? This is your legend of Portugal. He's playing his last World Cup ever. They just lost. Like, this is his last freaking chance. He went out like this, and no one gave a damn. It's crazy.
Think about it. When Messi lost one of the Copa Americas, or even both, the ones that he lost, his teammates were around him. It's all our fault, not just you, but you deserve it type of stuff. This one is just like him walking away, like no one caring, almost like when no one cared about Casillas leaving Madrid.
There you go again, Eddie, bringing up a good point about the players. Again, Bruno Fernandes, where were you at? He needs a DePaul.
Exactly.
He needs a DePaul, he needs a Di Maria, he needs a Alvarez, he needs a Scaloni, he needs like the whole Argentina team, bro.
But yeah, you made a great point that it just feels surreal and weird to those who actually watch them and love football. This is like a big moment.
Right?
Like,
It's a
his
huge
last
moment.
World Cup. We're watching it happen and no one cares.
Yeah, like what the hell?
The Moroccan players cared more than his own teammates.
Exactly.
Because they understood. They saw it right away. They're like, oh, they're happy that they qualify, but they're like, oh, shoot, this is like a legend of the game. And like you said, Portuguese players, this is a Portugal icon. I mean, there was players before him, but he literally put Portugal more on the map. Zlatan did it with Sweden.
He played a big part in winning them the Euros in 2016.
I know people would argue and criticize that he didn't play the final, but to get to the final, he scored goals. And to my knowledge, they were being eliminated in the group stage. They were being eliminated until he scored those crazy goals and scored like either a double or a hat trick that gave him the win to qualify in advance. And then after that, Portugal gained his confidence. They came back and made it to the final.
If you look it up, he scored 2/3 of that goal during that tournament. But people always are so fixated on the final. Oh, he didn't do anything. He didn't do this. I mean, he played in it. It's not his fault that Payet injured him, and playing dirty. And he even tried to come back and keep playing, but he just couldn't. Is that really his fault? It's just an unfortunate situation.
Again, I would always hate Payet for that. I was watching this game, excited to watch it. And even despite being a Messi fan, I was like, this is his chance. He's already done it throughout the whole tournament. And this final is his chance to not just prove, but even to, okay, this Ronaldo is different. And he is one of the greats or the greatest. And then that guy just injured him. But that Portugal also did protect Ronaldo and did play with him.
Definitely.
Remember Quaresma and Nani? They were old, but they were going hard for Ronaldo.
It was him and the country will do anything anything to win their last games, whatever.
The team is definitely not built around Ronaldo anymore, like you mentioned before with Messi. I just don't get why, just because he still got it. And look at Argentina. They built a team around Messi and now they're winning.
Even some greats having won that World Cup.
I could already see 2 posts from ESPN. He went for the money. See, he's always been about the money.
Yeah, those ESPN people will say anything to get views or to get controversial because they know they're gonna get a lot of comments, a lot of views to say you're wrong, blah blah blah.
And then ESPN's second post, he wants all the attention. He announced his contract signing right after Pele's.
Rest in peace, Pele.
Definitely sad news. Yeah, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe.
To A&H, make some comments and say hi to our friend, our guest, Ton.
Hi in the comments.
Say hi in the comments. I'll say hi back.
I'll say hi too. I'll say hi, Ton. No, I'm the one commenting.
I'm probably not gonna say a lot, to be honest.